Okay guys, so today we'll be talking about the alias command. So I also opened this prompt, and this is the fourth video so far. We made on one video, and I might do one extra, probably 3 4 minute video to add anything I miss. Okay, so this is like the second to last video for now. So I'm still using my web terminal, and let me just reload it. Okay, good. So we've done variables, right? And I told you that for variables we can have different variables and then echo the variable using the dollar sign, right? Echo D. I think I've deleted it. So this empty space is telling me that there's nothing saved inside this D, right? So variables, apparently they can be used to save strings, they can be used to save integers, they can be used to save, and strings contain words, right? They contain words, so they can be used to save commands, right? So we also have one that is strictly for commands only, and that one is called alias. So alias is used to store commands. So um, variable will also do the work of alias, but alias will not do the work of variable, because alias will not keep your one for you. Okay, it will keep commands. That's what alias are meant for. They are meant to keep commands. Okay, so all your ls can be saved. I can save ls-l with an alias, probably l, and then once I press l and press enter, it's going to do what ls-l will do for me. Okay, so let me clear. So the function of this L, I think, is working based on an alias. And then to see all the set of alias you have, all you need to do is just press alias, right? And then you see. So we have an, if you do LA, it's going to do ls dash a. Can you see? If you do LL, it's going to do ls dash ALF. So let's do LL. Can you see? Listed all. And let's do LA, right? Can you see? Listed even the hidden files in our directory. Okay, so that's the function of alias. They are just there to help you store set of commands, okay, no matter how much the command is. So we are going to really dive into it and see how we can navigate through alias, and after that we'll have the init, and which will end it, which is initialization. Okay, so the alias command makes it possible to launch any command or group of command, right, by entering a preset string. So you can just enter any string that's a character, like anything, and then it's going to launch that command that you save inside. Okay, uh, so that is, it allows the user to create simple names or abbreviation, so you can create abbreviations with it and all that. So let me just skip through all those things. And then a command is an, okay, this one is just talking about command and alias. So listing and creating alias, I've already told you how to list alias. You just type alias, right, and you're going to see all those alias that you have. Okay, so what you see, all those alias that you've saved on your computer. So for you to create alias, you create it the way you create variable. Don't forget, when you want to create variable, you just do p equals to, and then you open your quotes, right, and then you write probably I want, but for variable we could save the, like, the name, but for alias or alias we use only command. That's what we save in them. So AML, I want to save P to B, or let me use list. Okay, so if you do this as if you are doing variable, but you just add alias to this front, and that's it. Okay, so and then you can still use single quote as well. Okay, so once I do like that and I press alias, you see that the one I just created, where is it? Where's list? Okay, this is list, right? So once I just press list, it's going to do ls-alm. Okay, you see, that's done ls-aln for me. Okay, so that's it. So clear, that's basically what it is. So let's just go through it, and then in case there are some things that we need to touch. Okay, so some of the aliases listed are likely to be system-wide that apply to all users, created automatically for each. Okay, so all these ones are nonsense. So these ones are just telling you that some alias are there, like alias P and then PWD. So once you press P, it's going to do PWD for you. Okay, so we could have alias ls to do ls-al, and then so this place is telling you that you could use this backslash um to kind of not do what that alias is about to do. So let's try that backslash list. You see, that backslash will not make the alias, it will escape the function of that alias. Okay, so if I do list again, and then we'll have list of what we want to do. Okay, so ls is a commonly used command that, let me expand this screen a bit. Control right. Okay, so so ls is a commonly used command that by default lists the name of the files and directories within the current directory. We all know that. So directory in which for example, the directory in which, okay, so the A option, okay, this one is just explaining it. Such an alias can be disabled temporarily. So you can disable it temporarily. It's not like that backslash would make it disabled temporarily, because once we do our list back, we'll still have it. But when we do our backslash list, it will disable it temporarily and it will make it work, right? So that will do that. So escape character will not make it work for that time. So all these ones are still different type of um, alias. Okay, so we could have more than one thing, one command, right? We could have more than one command. So we could say alias l, for example, and then we want it to list the content of this directory, right? So we could do that, and we say alias, and we want l to be able to list, right? And then we say l equals to, and then put your colon, and then you could use your single colon, right? And then you could use your double colon, and then you say ls dash a, right? And then I think at the end of each, and then you could say you should do for etc, right? And then when you do l, it's going to list all for etc. So to see everything, you do alias, and you see that we have that l, right? etc. So you could do more than one command, in the sense that you could allow alias to do one command, finish that command, do the second command, finish that command, do the third command, finish that command, and with that you use your semicolon to separate those commands while initializing your alias. So for example, okay, we have something like that here. So we want pl to print working directory, and after that it should list, and then semicolon is used too. So if we are doing that, we do alias, right? And then we say it should list and print working directory. We give it lp, okay, and we set it to equal to, and then we can say l for listing, right? So we can say ls dash l, and then in long format, right? And then comma, or let me say ls dash a should just give me hidden files, and then comma, and then colon, and then it should print working directory, and then colon, and I can say after that it should list again, okay, and then I put my this, and then once I do lp, it's going to do everything. It's going to uh, do that. This is my working directory. He printed my working directory, listed it ls-a listing hidden files, and then the last ls, the hidden file is not allowed, is not among. Okay, so that is that for alias again. So other functions of alias, let me just go through. Okay, we've done all these ones. So we could have um we could initialize two alias at a go, and then for that one would have it still separated by a semicolon, but outside. Okay, this time around. So let us clear and say alias. We want p to be able to print working directory, right? Okay, to be able to print working directory, and then we'll close it, and then we'll put colon, and then we want q to be able to uh, cd into our home directory. Okay, so we could initialize it to like that, and then if we do p will print working directory, and if we print q, and then wait, what happened here? I don't know why q is like this. Let me see, there's something wrong. Okay, yeah, we're right. I don't know. Q, or do we have an alias for q? I'm sure we don't have, right? So is that the p is saved but the q wasn't saved? Okay, so let's try it again. Let's use double quotes this time around because I don't know what went wrong. Okay, so let's try that command again. So p to print working directory, and q to cd. uh, let's use, okay, q to do ls dash a, right, for now. Okay, so we press enter, and then I press q. Okay, still command not found. So what's going on? Let's try again, and this time around let's give it double quotes and see if that's what's wrong. I'm very sure this one will work though. No, I mean the p is working, so I don't know why this one isn't working. And then let me do alias to see if q is there. Alias, Q is still not there. So I don't know. Let me clear my screen, and let's try again using another number. Is it that Q can't be used? Let's use Y. Okay, so let me do alias and see if YY is there. YY still is not there. So I don't know. It's supposed to work because um, we have an example here. So let me just copy this example, and then we find this L and see. I think we have something for L before. So if you want to delete something, all you need to do is just, you could give it another name. Okay, so it will overwrite it. So let's do alias and see what our L does. Our L is ls dash a etc, so it didn't overwrite it. It means it's not working. Okay, so it's not working, so just do it once at a go. Okay, for now, because it's not working. I don't know, maybe it's ALS terminal that is not making it working. It's okay. So basically this is the syntax to create multiple alias at a go, and then you could just do it one by one anyway. So let's clear it. Okay, so that's that for that. And then okay, this one is passing into agreement. Forget about that one. So we've done this one. Okay, we've done that one. So we have the uses um okay. I think there's something more. There's something more. So we could use alias to pass alias. I think that's what that one is talking about. So for example, we know that P is going to print working directory, right? So I can declare another alias and say um, alias D should be equal to P, that's print working directory, right? Let me just do it like this, right? And if I say D, you see it's printed working directory. So I'm using an alias inside it to declare an alias, you get. So that's basically what that is. So I can use what else, la, right? So I can say let me see something else. Alias, right? I have D now, right? Where's the D? Okay, so I can say C, sorry, alias. So I'm using another alias. Alias C equals to D. Let's see this one, and then C. Can you see it's still printing working directory? So you can use all those stuff to point at each other, right? So that's that. So and that's what this part is telling us using that L that has been declared before. This L is ls and a, and then L is passed with etc to list in long format and all those stuff, right? So the uses of alias, so we have up to four uses, and then the first one is that it's going to make your typing um, reduce, like you won't type too much. For example, look at this person. The person is trying to navigate through these parts all the time. Okay, so the person has to type all these things. So this thing, you can just give all these parts a name, and then when you press the name, it will open this part. Okay, so that's one of the advantages of it. The second type of it is alias is specifying the default version of a program that exists in several versions. Okay, second type of use of it is specifying the default version of a program that exists in several versions on a system, or specifying default version for a command. So, okay, so we could use it to specify a default version of a command, I guess. I didn't read that place very well. Another example of setting a more convenient default option for command is df. Okay, so this one is just talking about setting just the normal regular thing that we use alias to do. The third use of alias is correcting common misspelling of commands. So probably you are used to doing, instead of pwd you are doing pdw, okay, which will not work instead of pwd. Okay, you could just give pdw an alias. Okay, so you could just say pdw is equals to pwd, right? So by the time you just press pdw, it will do pwd for you. Okay, so that's what the third one is talking about. Okay, the fourth one of alias is increasing the safety of system. Okay, because let's create a file. Okay, this file 1 and file 2. So I can remove file 1 and file 2, right? If I do file 1 mistakenly, I didn't know, I just do like this, it's gone. Okay, I can't recover it again. So in order for me not to do that, I can just say rm, I will say alias rm is equal to rm dash I, right? And this one will make it, whenever I want to remove a file, it's going to prompt me that did I want to remove it? You understand? If I say yes, then it's going to remove it. If I do ls now, you see that it is gone. So it will prompt me. So instead of you doing that my remove as will now be acting as remove dash I, okay, with the help of alias. Okay, so that will be prompting me to do some extra stuff before I delete stuff. Okay, So that's basically it. Okay, we have another fifth uses of alias. Another use of alias is standardizing the name of a common across multiple operating system. Okay, so for example, Vim, Vim, VI, MVI, all these things, they might have common name. Okay, so you can set a common name for them. Okay, so you can just give everything probably Vim. Okay, and then you'll be able to use it across board. Okay. um okay. uh what else? Okay, I think we have two more things to talk about. Okay, so let's first talk about removing alias, and then I'll talk about this on the last one. So to remove alias, it's quite simple. All you need to do is just clear your screen. Let me do alias so I will know which one to remove. So let's try to remove C, for example, right? So I'll just do on alias C. Okay, by the time I do alias again, you see that the C is gone. Okay, so that's simply how to remove alias. Very simple. Okay, so the next one we're gonna do is the last one rather, so which is making aliases permanent. Okay, so the thing is, if I should reload this page now, I'm very sure this alias that I've saved would have gone. So let us look at the alias again. Look at how many it is: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, or 11, 12 rather. So if I should reload my page, let me reload, and then let me do alias. You see that it is gone. So the alias I set is only available for that section. Okay, so in order to make it permanent, for me to be able to use it in for future purpose, so for that I have to set it inside. And that, we are going to do the last topic, which is initialization. So I'm going to set it into a file called bash rc -rc file, or some other initialization file. Okay, so initialization file basically are files that they run once your PC, once your shell is about to start. Okay, they run, and then uh, when they are running, you put you configure your alias in them, so it runs up with them. Okay, so that's basically it. So let me just try and read this to you so that you can get some points here. So um so fortunately, however, any alias can be made more enduring. Okay, and then we have by writing it to the appropriate configuration file with a text editor. So you are going to locate the initialization file, and then you open it with a text editor and write it inside. Okay, so the name of the location of such file can vary according to the system. So bash rc is majorly where you see for Linux though, but most times it used to change because there are so many initialization file. In the case of Reddit at Linux, an alias for any user can be added to the .bash rc file in the users home directory. So in our home directory, let me see, ls-a. So if we don't have that our bash rc, I'm not sure it's even here, right? Is this our home? Cd home. So cd home. So ls-a. So dot bash rc. Where are you? Can you see this far? Okay, so let me vi into the dot bash rc. Okay, you see so many things are inside. We are going to check this in the next video where we're going to deal with this. So I can just put, you see there are some alias inside already. Can you see? We have some alias. L will do ls-cf. Okay, so once we put these things inside our bash rc file, and then once we start our system, this bash rc file is always there, and then it will come up with it. Okay, So let me just quit this one, and then yeah, so let me clear my screen. So it's always in the home directory, and then you save it there, and then it will run. So aliases for the root user can be made permanent by entering them in the .bash house file in the root home directory in root bash house system. System-wide aliases can be put in the etc bash house file. The system needs to be restarted before system-wide identity can take effect. So when you put, after you've put that your aliases inside that bash script file, you have to run a command which will run do in the next video, and then after that probably your system restarts, or it continues anyone, and then it will you'll be able to use it up from there. So if you have questions, any questions on areas, let me know on the comment section. If you enjoyed this section, give it a thumb up, and I'll see you. Bye.